Three, two, one. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Fact or Freestyle.
People love Dave Norrie, so we trained an AI on the home study course and the entire back catalog.
Let's see how far down this rabbit hole we go.
Dave Norrie's Fact or Freestyle issue 25. Mo Can Do, presented by the Terradome Sports Science Research Center, autograph page. Sponsor message: Dave's magic coffee can changed when it came back from the time dream. Now every time he opens it to put a token in, it gives him a truth. It only activates when Dave accepts the truth. Dave called Joe from the thrift store.
You know that Instagram clip you made of Large Ray's voice coming out of the coffee can?
Who can forget?
Mine's doing that too now.
I can believe that. Tell me everything.
It was the evening after we filmed our first new show. I was really stoked with how it went, and I felt I needed to go remember some more stuff for the next one. I went to put my SeaWorld ID into my magic coffee can, and when I opened it, it told me that my sponsors should buy me acting lessons.
That's so funny. Did you ask the supernatural aid how to take that?
Wait, how do I do that?
Give me a second. I'll use my shrimp rock.
Joe consulted the supernatural aid.
Ray spoke the truth to Dave, and now Dave must make a choice of how to interpret it. What interpretation is both true and empowering?
Dave's not a skilled liar. That's a good thing. He should embrace that fact as a positive personality attribute. Nothing good comes from lying.
According to Ray, you do best in life when you tell the truth. It's your natural tendency. To lie convincingly is very hard for you.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Just then, Dave opened the magic coffee can again to hear what other truths Ray had for him. Joe could hear over the phone line. The magic coffee can said,
"This is classic Dave Norrie, by the way, Pat."
Oh, I don't even need the supernatural aid for this one. You know how, for years, you have been telling me to make my stories accessible? That's what Ray was telling you. Fact or freestyle storylines take a lot of work to be accessible.
So, Ray told me a truth that I have been telling you? Is that the old switcheroo?
No, it's not.
Dave, Joe, and the magic coffee can colluded for the next 2 hours. They decided it would be a character in the new show format.
Ask it how they first described the guys from York again. It makes my heart sing.
I used to get fearful around Ray. Now, I love the feeling of asking the magic coffee can the same question over and over and getting the same answer.
We bottled that feeling in a can.
Joe and Dave got to work inventing bits for Dave's internet shows.
How about I'm your old school Flatland puppet, control the tricks I do.
Like a coin-operated trick vending machine that's also a telepresence robot?
In between tricks, I'll do infomercials about the home study course.
We list your outfits on the web store.
It's a new clothing line called Norrie Wear.
One-of-a-kind Flatland Garanimals. We can make tags that match the color scheme and everything.
Here's a great way to buy kids' clothes. The Garanimal system. Just match Garanimal tags and the shirts and pants will go together. Match zebras or monkeys.
Show me how the trick puppet works.
It's more fun than practicing alone and more fun than making content. I get to perform for whoever is on the interwebs. Then the video gets saved and I can edit it later, and then I play it for the magic coffee can, and it tells me it's proud of me.
Oh, hey, I just remembered I bought the show back from Eddie. And since we installed Gary as Eddie's stunt double, I bought it back from him too.
What are you talking about?
I bought your show back. It's yours again. It's Dave Norrie's Fact or Freestyle. What do you think of that?
Whoa, that's awesome.
Like a dream come true, huh?
A TV show, a clothing line, a home study course. Things are really working out for me.
Yeah, imagine that.
What happens next?
As he spoke those 3 words, Dave casually turned his gaze toward his magic coffee can. He forgot to put the lid back on. Suddenly, the room filled with purple smoke. The magic coffee can had given Dave many truths, but now it asked for one in return.
The can's humming again, but it's different. It won't open to let me out until I give it something real.
Realer than your SeaWorld ID?
It wants a memory, like one I haven't fully owned yet.
Whoa, what's it saying now?
It says, put in the moment you stop believing in yourself.
That's when Dave pulled out a tiny crumpled flyer. The 1998 World Flatland Finals last place. Dave drops the flyer in. The can opens. Purple smoke fills the room. The dream judge, in Raybo's voice, said you had the best style, but you rode like you forgot you had it.
I did forget, until now.
That was the moment Dave woke up from his deepest sleep.
Okay, so now what?
In a glowing state, the magic coffee can said, You are ready for your next evolution. Prepare the trick that only you can do.
Wait, there's a trick only I can do?
The magic coffee can said, "There is now."
This time, I am the one who remembers my style.
Dave training in a surreal Muppet gym. Joe programming a voice assistant that quotes the magic coffee can. Dave sewing new Nuri wear for the finale. Cutaways to fans submitting ideas for the dream trick.
This isn't just a trick, it's a belief-powered maneuver, like a Stoke loop.
That's it. I'm going to land a trick that's not even real yet.
And so the trick began to form. Not on pavement nor in muscle, but in the field where belief becomes motion. You see, when a rider reclaims his forgotten style, the world reconfigures around him. Tools arrive, helpers awaken, doors unseen to the unbelieving unlock in silence. Dave entered the sacred gym, not to repeat old tricks, but to reshape time. Every fall now fertilized the soil, every repetition a signal flare to the source. Joe, his witness, worked in parallel, programming not commands but companionship. A voice assistant that spoke not answers but reminders. You've always had it, you just stopped listening. Needle in hand, Dave stitched the prophecy into cloth, each seam a vow, each outfit a banner of the rider returned. Nuri wear became more than fashion, it was armor made from memory. And then came the sparks from the edges of the world, fans, dreamers, riders, submitting their wildest ideas for what the trick that only you can do might be, not for fame, not for likes. But because deep down, they hoped such a trick could exist, and in that hope, it already did. Joe named it first a belief-powered maneuver, Stoke loop. Dave simply nodded, he knew what must happen next. I'm gonna land a trick, that's not even real yet. So yeah, Mike, I whispered. And when you do, it will be.
The show had returned, the can had spoken, the trick was forming, but something was still unfinished.
There's one more truth left to act on, mine. Dearest friends, I come to you not as producer, but as someone who believes. I ask to make a new covenant, to buy back Fact or Freestyle for my prodigal son, Dave. On a go-forward basis, we want the show to be named Dave Nuri's Fact or Freestyle. And we want to reobtain the revenue and profit rights. If you wish, you may retain the right to cover costs. I offer this as a final act of belief, not in a brand, but in a friend who returned home with style still inside him.
Joe hit send. The screen dimmed. Outside, purple light flickered in the window just once. The can had heard.
He did that loud for me.
In that moment, Dave saw it all clearly. The truth he'd been learning wasn't about tricks. It was about it being believed in, even when you'd forgotten how.
Thank you, Joe.
Dave closes the can's lid gently. It hums in response. Calm now, complete. Flatland assassins. From belief comes the stoke to make the trick come to life.
This goes back 5 years. If you want to, you can, and we can reference that, that episode. It would be great to make it categorize it where it'd make it easier. But I don't remember all the names of all the episodes, obviously. But I guess you could search, like in that case, look up the episode about Joe Johnson's ants in the pants.
Okay, do you want to see something really very funny?
Of course. I might have to put my glasses on.
Okay, so this is the factOrFreestyle YouTube page.
Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. Okay.
And so we can go back. There was that one where we confronted Joe Johnson.
Oh, when we had him watch the recording, do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was the best one ever. So that's my point. Like, we can find that relatively easily, but someone, if we mentioned on the show and like, okay, you probably feel like you're not,
Okay, so here's Joe Johnson. Let's just see where it goes.
Oh, this is so
Welcome
good.
Thank you for carving out a little. So when this was coming up and you said, I look back at the text you sent me last night and you said little homework, think of some crazy stories. And I'm like, oh, what is this podcast about? So I looked it up and the first one was Bill Nitschke, his interview, which was awesome. He was driving and
we were able to catch guys off guard.
But a bunch of it. And then the other one was, I think, episode 3, where you were talking, who are you talking to? About Jose Inez and one of his buddies that
it was James McGraw.
Oh, okay, yeah, James McGraw, yeah, and then the question about the how I did my first tail whip and I had ants in my pants and he's like no, that's crazy. And then Joe, you're like, I don't know, is it crazy? Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. I mean, you never know. I mean, he could have, you flip it around on this, you've got this thing biting at you. You never know, what's gonna happen. And yeah, it was good. It was. And then you kept playing his reaction replayed over and over again. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He squeaked.
Yeah. So I got
Yeah.
the concept for the podcast. It's great. Yeah, it's very great idea.
I
Cool.
actually did have ants in my pants when I was a kid, so I can relate
That
to
does
it.
exist. Yeah, it does
Yeah,
happen, right?
it was a thing. It was only once, but it was very twitchy, and I just dropped my pants in the front yard. I must have been like 7 or 8. So I know that it's a thing.
Okay, so Joe, let's go around because there will be some new people to this this show that we post that may not know us. So we'd like to just do a quick, and you can talk.
Okay, here we go. That shit right there, son.
Yeah.
Okay.
Factor Freestyle. Joe Johnson had ants in his pants when he invented the vert tail whip.
Joe, Sickman, do you have a little clip that you can share with Johnson?
Yeah. So, Joe, I was really afraid. This was authentic. I was nervous. We understand that you have denied the ants in the pants, and
okay,
and that's the first of 5 stages of grief. And so, what we want to do is help you get through the denial. We want to be here through the anger and the bargaining, and we want you to have a safe space for depression so that you can get to acceptance.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
And so we have a series of clips, one of which I think
Joe
you've
is so
seen,
good,
but 2 you haven't.
It's such a menace.
Maybe this you could call this an intervention, but we would like to show you a clip, which I'll share now, and you should be able to.
We're sharing like 4 levels deep.
And so
I know it's so good, so much
who have
backstory.
reacted, and we just kind of want to watch you react to them and be here for you.
Factor Freestyle. Joe Johnson had ants in his pants when he invented the vert tail whip.
This is Montana Ricky, sales rep for Madera.
So here's the story of Joe Johnson. The first tail whip that Joe actually pulled was because he had ants in his pants.
So good.
So the ants like bit him or like made him flinch, and it was just enough to help him kick the bike all the way around and pull the first one.
In the moment, I'll have a conversation. So like this ants in the pants one, I've heard, but I didn't I haven't asked.
People,
so I guess
people have heard this story. Jesus.
It's so insane. Hey, watch this.
Wait, what I love about when Joe's comments just like Jesus, and then Ricky's like, oh yeah, I've actually heard this. Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
Watch this. There's an experimental feature on YouTube. It's called Ask. In the Ask button, when you click it, you can say, what on earth is happening in this episode?
Okay.
And let's see what the AI says is going on. Okay, this episode of Factor Freestyle features an interview with Joe Johnson, a BMX rider from the 80s. The hosts, Dave and Joe, discuss the premise of their show, which involves calling people to confront or deny rumors and share stories. The main focus of this episode is a long-standing rumor about Joe Johnson. And long-standing, it was months old.
Yeah, right.
Long-standing rumor about Joe Johnson that he invented the vert tail whip because he had ants in his pants, and they bold ants in his pants. The hosts present Joe with various clips of people discussing and reacting to this rumor, including the claim that the ants bit him, causing him to flinch and kick his bike around. Matt, a person interviewed in the clip, even claims to have thrown the ants into Joe's pants himself. By the end of the episode, Joe Johnson ambiguously confirms that he, quote, probably did have ants in pants at the time, end quote, and that it, quote, couldn't hurt, end quote. In the invention of the tail whip, leading the host to declare the rumor a fact. The episode concludes with a humorous explanation of the 3-dog defense. And you can jump to right where he declares that it's a fact. Look at the look on his face.
Oh, you can jump right to it?
Yeah, you can jump right to it. It's so funny.
Okay, so we have to do.
This is
I think once. Go ahead. Go.
This
do. I
is
want to see that
known
reaction.
as the 3-dog defense. By the way,
What is a 3-dog defense? How does that go?
the 3-dog defense is your dog bit me. I don't even have a dog.
Yeah.
You do
Whose
have a
dog
dog.
is
Here's
barking in
evidence
the
that you have a
background?
dog. Well, if I have a dog, he didn't bite you. Here's the bite mark. Here's the video. Well, if I had a dog and he bit you, you're okay.
Yeah. Oh, like you can jump to like.
Wait, just for a second. Did you put the dog barking in there? Was there actually a dog barking?
There was actually there was a real dog barking. I didn't.
That is
do
hilarious.
That was Joe's dog, yeah. So here's where Joe breaks down.
Yeah.
We do have a confirmed fact here. And Matt, you said you had some firsthand experience with this.
I believe he did the first tail up in my warehouse on my ramp. With me, Dennis McCoy came down. He came down was staying with Dennis, and then they drove down to the ninja ramp, the secret ninja ramp, and then I was like, man, I want to really see progression today. So I just went, and we have these really big like red ants in Oklahoma, and I just got
that part's true.
all of them, and I just threw them in Joe's pants. He didn't know what was going on, and next thing you know, his bike start flipping around. I was just like, no way! And tail whip, bam.
That's exactly what happened.
Definitely fact. Yeah,
that's definitely fact.
It's the fact that we ganged up on him.
And he was such a good sport about it. I mean, he was so gracious. Oh my gosh.
If you are ready to believe that you can do anything good that you desire, then click through now to the home study course. This home study course is presented by the TerraDome Sports Science Research Center, the science of the feeling of belief